What's up guys, this is Void of Dust Gaming, your channel for fresh Arena of Valor content. And today I've got something super fresh for you. It has been introduced just a couple of days ago. We have a Demon Slayer collaboration. And I had by chance the opportunity to get the Nezuko skin for Keera. I'm not really into the Demon Slayer realm, so I don't really know anything about it. I know that there is an anime and manga about this and it's quite popular, but as I don't have that much time, I didn't watch it yet, but it looks quite appealing. I watched a couple of fight scenes and it was actually quite cool, so I think this is the next on my list as soon as I finish Attack on Titan, where I'm stuck in Season 4. And today I'm going to showcase the skin with some lovely Keera gameplay. And if you guys are Demon Slayer fans and you did not really get a grasp on Keera yet or understand how Keera really works, there is an upcoming video where I'm going to show you a beginner's guide for Keera in 4 days when the next English video is released on this channel. So if you fancy to know a little bit better how to play Keera, the next video is for you. So stay tuned to the channel, hit the subscription button, and of course give this video a like and the other video a like as well, because I'm going to talk about how you can really play Keera well in the jungle. And today's video is going to be quite brutal as well. Keera is a really good jungler. I think she's one of the best junglers in the game at the moment. She's always been quite good, but she always will. So first of all, I've got a really short and quick rundown through her abilities and her item builds. This is going to be quite simple because, as I said, I'm going to talk about that in detail when it comes to the jungle guide on her in 4 days. So this is basically the main layout. It's not really surprising. We are going to focus on getting as much damage out there as possible with the mage jungle item here, Loki's Curse. Then we've got enchanted kicks to boost our damage even further, and the rest of the build is tweaked a little bit around usability and utility when you are looking at, for example, Arctic Orb and the Blade of Eternity. And because the damage output is really crazy, you don't really need that much of damage, and if those two items have worn off, you can always swap them out. For example, Zweihänder is actually quite nice, or Staff of Null if you've got problems shredding through armor, but I don't think that you will, because Keera is great on doing so. Arcana wise, I have decided to take my Flurry build to boost our magic penetration a little bit further right from the start of the game. So that's consisting of 10 times Violate, we've got 10 times Devour, and as the name has been given, 10 times Flurry for 64 points of magic penetration. Attack speed is not really needed here, but it's actually coming in quite handy as we are a melee based attacker. So we're going to take it. It's not going to be of any harm. In terms of the abilities in the enchantment section, Assassin, she's not a mage. I've just thought about using Curse of Death. I've been playing the game for the beginner's guide before this video, so I can already guarantee you that this build works really nicely and you're going to get a lot of damage out of it. So Curse of Death is the enchantment of choice, with Deadly Claw and Raging Inferno to boost our damage even further. And then we're going with Mark of the Frost for a double invincible state with the Arctic Orb. And we've got some Gunslinger in here to boost our stats a little bit by that. So this was the intro, and now I've got some gameplay for you, really short, because Keera makes things a little bit faster, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. So let's be prepared for the gameplay, because that's what you're going to see next. Let's go. Alright, here we go. As you can see, we're starting right off in the game. I have to just re-choose my layout because I like to have my items on the right hand side of the screen. It's just going to be a little bit more convenient for me. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I have the feeling that right hand side of the display is working a lot better, because you can move and still being able to take some of the items. We're using the Nezuko skin here on Keera. I'm going to talk about that in a second. First of all, I want to highlight what the game plan is and what the team composition is about. And as you can see, we've got Omen fighting against Tachi at the top lane. I think that match is basically even. Omen is a really strong character. Tachi is a strong character, so it mainly depends on the player skill. We've got Praetor against Liliana on the mid lane. I think that's actually quite interesting, because Praetor is not really a hero of my choice when it comes to dealing damage in the mid lane. We're going to see how that turns out. At this point of the game, my favor was for Liliana, despite the fact that Praetor was in my team. But Liliana is one of the strongest mages out there in the game right now, and I didn't really think that Praetor could do any good on this occasion, but we're going to see if that is going to apply for the rest of the game. So first kill is ours. I think that was poorly played from the enemy team, because they were leaving us so many opportunities to jump in, and we do get the damage. And now I'm just continuing my jungle farm here to get above level 4. And yeah, we've got Valheim and what's that person? Oh, unfortunately that didn't work out. I think that was that first mistake that I made in game, but it was actually quite appealing. So we've got Valheim and Teamy at the bottom lane. Teamy is a strong choice if you know how to play them, and in the combination with Valheim, I think they can do good, because Teamy has this unique ability on reviving enemies right at the beginning of a fight or in the middle of the fight, which makes him really, really good in team fights if enemies are picking a certain character. But all in all, I think the Tel Anas build with Ibnef is actually basically as good as well. Praetor has just killed Liliana here, so that's something which is super interesting. As I already said, this matchup is going to be something that's going to tell us how the game is going to be. And I've just been clearing my jungle here for good, trying to do some ganks, but my team has it under control quite well. So right now there has not been that much of need for me to go into gank, and I just used the time to go in for some jungle actions, and getting the jungle here is actually quite valuable, because I need the gold in order to perform in the mid to late game. So I was happy that my team was able to handle it on their own, and I can now just participate in what they have set up before, and basically now is my time to shine. So the first 4 minutes are basically set up, and now we've got the main build started, and now we're going to be crazy all over the place. We've got our ultimate. We do get the Abyssal Dragon here. We do have a Butterfly who is above us in terms of levels. I don't know what she's doing. She's running away from us. So we do get another kill here. And while there is some retaliation, I was thinking that I was about to go out and save that spot, but unfortunately they got me. So yeah, things like that do happen, but as I said, we are going to speed up the pace, and from now on things are going to look actually quite bright. I think we've got a really good setup by by now with 2.3k gold. Next will be jungle rotation, and now we've got Loki's curse and the boots. So next thing is evil secrets to get some more armor penetration and make our life a little bit easier against enemies such as Tachi. And now I'm using this great ultimate in order to make him pay for his attempt to fight against that tower. I don't really know what he was about to do. Unfortunately, we do not get him. That said, that was really, really close, and now I need to be a little bit careful, because Liliana was about to get my ass, but I was able to just stomp out and clear things in a good manner. But that was really frightening, and I thought that I was already below the flowers, if that is an expression that you can just use in English. In German, it makes total sense. Below the ground, for example. I don't know. As this video is going to mainly focus on the Nezuko skill, I think it's time to talk about that, because it is the skin that I just got for the vouchers that I had left. As I said, I'm not really a fan of Demon Slayer, just because of the fact that I haven't really watched the show. I'm not really into it. Not because I don't like it, it's just because I didn't really have it on my radar so far. But I think the characters look actually quite cool, and in terms of skin appearance, it makes total sense to put Nezuko on Keera. It just feels so natural that you don't really have any moments of doubt about it. Instead, it is some kind of feeling that this skin was actually made for Keera. So Keera is supposed to be Nezuko. I don't know if that makes sense, but it just feels so normal to have this. I think she's a demon in the anime. Not really entirely sure about it. Like I watched some fights where she was basically healing her team and doing a lot of magic stuff. So I think it's even better to have this kind of okay, she's doing things in the show, in the movies, and in Arena of Valor, she's actually doing the same. So we've got a mage-based or an ability power-based character, and the skin that they have given her is actually completely fitting that scheme to 100%. So I think that's a great job that they've done here. I think they picked the right character to actually put that skin upon. But in total, I was a little bit disappointed because it just feels like a natural Keera skin, but I didn't really have this kind of Demon Slayer vibe that I think this skin should have. So her first ability and her second ability feels basically completely the same. Like, I know it's just about it's basically because of the nature of how she works. She's jumping in, and then she's kind of creating this triangle. So that's completely what she does. So I don't think that she has any chance of being changed about this, but it just feels like a normal Keera with a different appearance, and I think that is a little bit, yeah, that's a little bit sad for a skin that you are going to pay maybe around €50. To be honest with you, and that's what I always do because I really appreciate you viewers, and I want to be totally honest with you. I had the very last attempt to get this skin, so it took me about 6,500 vouchers, even more, to get this skin. So we're talking about €50, maybe €60 to get the skin, and it just feels like a normal skin without any crazy things that they have added to the game despite the ultimate. I mean, yes, the ultimate got this nice effect where you can see actually her eyes, so it's looking a little bit intimidating, but I think you are the only one who really gets this. So I don't really know about it, and I think the price tag is actually quite hefty, like €60 just to get a basic Keera skin, which does basically the same than the Keera things before, is a little bit out of everything. It's just not really making any sense. And compared to all the other skins that you get from the Demon Slayer agenda so far, now the main character has been added to the game with the beginning of May the 10th. It looks a lot cooler. Jan has been changed completely. Now he's got some kind of water and fire mechanics, which are definitely different than the yarn that you guys used to know. I mean, yes, the hero has just been introduced to the game, but this is crazy. Like, this yarn feels completely different than the yarn that I have been playing, and I think that's a whole difference, and I can see why people are wanting to spend money on this or vouchers on this. With Nezuko, I don't really have that feeling. It's just not really getting to that point where I have the feeling that the money that I have spent is worth the price tag. So yeah, that's my opinion on this. I think the yarn skin is beautiful, and I would like to get it, but I just have 2,000 vouchers left. I don't think that I can make it, but this skin looks beautiful. I really want to get it because it makes yarn look so much better. But yeah, that's my verdict on those skins. I hope you enjoyed today's gameplay. I hope you have made your notes on how to play Keera, because the beginner's guide is going to tell you some additional features in the future. As I said, in 4 days you are going to get a guide on her. So this was my approach on Nezuko. I think Keera is a really strong character. I don't see her that often. She's great in dealing damage. She's got great mobility. She's a great character, and therefore I think it's okay to have the Nezuko skin, so I don't really regret it. But if you have not really that much money left, I would not advise you to get it, because it's just a really hefty price tag, as I already said. I would rather spend that money. If you've got money to spare, I would spend that money on yarn, because that skin looks ace. So that's the verdict. That's the gameplay. And if you liked it, a thumbs up would highly be appreciated, just for my loyal honesty here to my viewers out there. So have a nice evening. I'm Void of Dusk, and this was my Keera video for today. Bye bye.